Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to have the game review recap to discuss. We're discussing games that happened over the weekend, looking ahead to games that are happening later today on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're looking ahead to the standings to see how things shaped up after the weekend. We'll get to all that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Talker channel. Before we get to the video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support in the video too. With all of you guys, we're so close to 250 subscribers, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing all that we discussed in today's video. Now, I'm going to start today's video off by discussing the games that happened over the weekend. So, there were 13 games that happened over on Saturday. We had 2 games happen on Sunday and 4 on Monday, so we'll get to all those games right now. So we start off with the 13 games on Saturday. Lots of interesting games to start with. The St. Louis Blues were able to take the lead in the second period and wound up beating the Buffalo Sabres 3-1, as they have now won 6 of 7 games and 27-21-2, while the Sabres fall at 22-25-4, so not great stuff there for Buffalo. For the Blues, Neighbors scored twice. Kyra also scored for the Blues in the win, while Opozo's lone goal scored for Sabres in the loss. So not great game there for the Sabres. A really bad loss there to a St. Louis Blues team, and they do wind up falling. It's not great stuff there for Buffalo. Then we saw the Calgary Flames jump out to a 3-0 lead, wound up beating the New York Islanders 5-2 thanks to this hat trick from Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar was able to score 3 goals, including this goal here, which was the 5th goal of the game. Remember, all goals credit Sportsnet, but Weegar was able to basically close out the game, get the empty netter, and put this game to bed, as he was able to score a hat trick, which is not often you see a defenseman get a hat trick. So, real interesting stuff there for Weegar. The Flames now won 4 straight, improved to 25-22-5, dropping the Islanders to 22-18-12 as their point streak comes to an end. So, not great stuff there for the Islanders. For the Flames, Weegar had a hat trick, and Hubert and Colin both had goal and assists for the Flames in the win, while Nelson and Pajot were 2 goal scorers for the Islanders in the loss. So not good there from the Islanders, but the Flames were able to get a huge win there, thanks to Mackenzie Weegar. Then we saw the Detroit Red Wings come back from down 3-1 to beat the Vancouver Canucks in overtime 4-3. Very good win there for Detroit, as they have now a 4-game point streak and improved to 27-18-6, while the Canucks fall to 34-12-6. Not good stuff there for Vancouver. For the Red Wings, Wallman, who had a goal, the OT winner, which was a penalty shot OT winner, and a assist. And Sprong, Raymond, and Rasmussen also scored for the Red Wings in the win. Well, Pettersson and Ronnie both had 3 points, a goal and 2 assists, and Höglander also scored for the Canucks in the OT loss. So a great game there from the Canucks. Definitely don't have back. Winnable game against the Detroit Red Wings team, and they were not able to hold on to the lead. So very bad stuff there for the Canucks. Then we saw Dallas Stars come out and beat the Montreal Canadiens 3-2, scoring 3 straight goals. Very good one there for Dallas. They have now won 5 of 6 and improved to 32-14-6. We're upping the Montreal Canadiens to 21-22-8. So great just there for Montreal. For the Stars, Sagan scored twice. Marchand and Duchesne both had 2 assists, and Harley also scored for Stars in the win. While Suzuki had a goal and an assist. Matheson had 2 assists, and Slavkovsky also scored for Canadiens in the loss. Not a good game there from the Canadiens. The Stars, they'll come with a huge victory, so very good stuff there for Dallas. Then we saw the Washington Capitals come out and shut out the Boston Bruins 3-0. Very good win there for the Capitals as they end their 6-game losing streak and improved to 23-20-7 on the season, while the Bruins have now dropped 2 of 3 and fall to 32-11-9. So not good stuff there for Boston. For the Washington Capitals, Ovechkin, who now has the most empty net goals in NHL history, and Oshie both had a goal and an assist, and Sturm also scored for the Capitals, while Lindgren stopped all 18 shots he faced in the shutout and victory for the Washington Capitals. So a very good win there for the Capitals. Meanwhile, for the Boston Bruins, like we said, they wind up losing. So not great stuff there for Boston, but really good to see Washington end their 6-game losing streak. Then we saw the Florida Panthers come out and blank the Colorado Avalanche 4-0. Very good one there, as they have now won 6 of 7 and improved to 33-15-4, while the Avalanche dropped to 32-17-4 and have lost 4 in a row. So not great stuff there for Colorado. Barkov had 3.8 with a goal and 2 assists. Kachuk had 2 assists, and Reinhart, Verhaeghe, and Louis Storianen also scored for the Panthers, while Bobrovsky stopped all 35 shots he faced in the win and shutout for the Panthers. So very good stuff there for Bobrovsky, and the Panthers will, like we said, the Avalanche lose. So not great stuff there for Colorado as they lose to a superior opponent. Then we saw Philly break a tie in the 3rd period and beat the Seattle Kraken 3-2 as the Flyers now won 3 straight games and improved to 28-19-6, while the Kraken have now lost 3 of 4 and dropped to 21-20-10. So not great stuff there for Seattle. For the Flyers, Paling, Lawton, and Couturier were the 3 goal scorers for Flyers in the win, while Dunn had 2 assists, and McCann and Tatar were 2 goal scorers for Kraken in the loss. Not a great game there from the Kraken. Definitely want to have back. It was a winnable game, but they do end up losing to the Philadelphia Flyers on that night. Then we saw Tampa Bay Lightning jump out to an early 3-0 lead, and ended up beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-2, as they improved to 28-20-5, dropping the Jackets, who have now lost 5 of 7 to 16-25-10. So not great stuff there for Columbus. Hagel had a 3.9 with a goal and 2 assists. Paul and Sorelli both had a goal and assist. And Kucherov had 2 assists, and Stamkos also scored for the Lightning in the win, while Jenner scored twice, and Gaudreau had 2 assists for the Jackets in the loss. Snogger game there from the Jackets. Definitely on them back. Winnable game against the low-end Bulls team, where they could not dig themselves out of a 3-0 hole. Then we saw the Ottawa Senators get out to a 4-2 lead and wound up beating the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-3, as the Senators now won 3 straight, have appointed 8 of their last 9 games and improved to 21-25-2, while the Leafs fall 26-16-8. Snuggets up there for Toronto. For the Senators, Pinto had 3.9 with a goal and 2 assists, and Norris, Giroux, Gregg, and Tarasenko also scored for the Senators in the win. Well, Nyes and Matthews both had a goal and assist. Marner had 2 assists, and Domi also scored for the Leafs in the loss. Not a great game there for the Leafs. Definitely one they want to have back winnable game against the lower-ranked Ottawa Senators team, and they wound up losing. So not great stuff there for the Maple Leafs. Then we saw the Carolina Hurricanes come out and blank the New Jersey Devils 1-0. As the only goal was Sebastian Aho in overtime, as you can see here in Local Square Sportsnet. But really good goal there from Sebastian Aho to get the OT winner, as the Carolina Hurricanes would just edge out the New Jersey Devils 1-0, as they've now won 5 of 6 and improved to 30-16-5, while the Devils, who've now lost 4 of 5, dropped to 25-21-4, so not great stuff there for New Jersey. Like we said, Aho, only goal scorer in this game, OT winner, and Kochekov stopped all 34 shots he faced in the show and the win for the Canes, while Vanacek made 31 saves in the loss for the Devils. So not a great game there for the Devils. At least they get a point, but it was a really interesting, evenly matched game, and they do wind up losing in overtime. So not great stuff there for New Jersey. Then we saw the Winnipeg Jets wind up coming out and beating the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1, getting their revenge after losing to them earlier in the week. So very good stuff there for the Jets as they end their 5-game losing streak and improve to 31-14-5. Well, the Penguins have now lost 5 of 7 and dropped to 23-19-7. So not great stuff there for Pittsburgh. For the Jets, Scheifele and Niederreiter were 2 goal scorers in the win. Russ, the lone goal scorer for Pittsburgh in the loss. So not great game there from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Jets were able to finally end their losing streak. Then we saw the Coyotes blow a 2-goal lead, wound up losing to the Nashville Predators in overtime, 5-4, as the Predators end their 3-game losing streak and improved to 27-23-2. While the Coyotes now lost 5 straight and dropped to 22-23-4. So not great stuff there from Arizona. For the Predators, McDonough, who had the OT winner, and Yossi, Novak, O'Reilly, and Forsberg all had a goal and an assist. And Nyquist had 2 assists for the Predators in the win. While Zucker had 3 assists, Gunther had a goal and an assist, Keller had 2 assists, and Schmalz, Valimaki, and Dermott also scored for the Coyotes in the OT loss. So not good there from the Coyotes. Definitely want to have back winnable game against a team that they're trying to catch in the standings, and they're not able to get the win. So very bad stuff there for the Coyotes. And then we saw in the nightcap game, in this first game as head coach, Jim Hiller was able to help the LA Kings, who ended up downing the Edmonton Oilers 4-0. Very good win there for the Kings and Hiller, as they are able to win back-to-back games now, and they improved to 24-15-10, while the Oilers have now lost 2 of 3 and dropped to 30-17-1. Snuggers that there for Edmonton. Byfield had a 3.0 with 2 goals and an assist, and Lewis and Dubois also scored, while Riddick stopped all 26 shots he faced in the shutout and the victory for the LA Kings. The Oilers wound up losing. So knockouts up there for Edmonton. Definitely not a back winnable game against Kings team, who was coming into this one really slumping and in their first game with the new head coach, but they wound up losing. So knockouts up there for the Edmonton Oilers. Those are all the 13 games that happened over on Saturday. Going over to the 2 that happened on Super Bowl Sunday. First did the St. Louis Blues come out and get a massive lead. Wound up beating the Montreal Canadiens 7-2, as the St. Louis now won 7 of 8 and improved to 28-21-2. Meanwhile, the Canadiens now lost 6 of 8 and dropped to 21-23-8. So not great stuff there for Montreal. For the Blues, Krug had 5 assists. Thomas had 4.0 with a goal and 3 assists. Kyrou scored twice, Neighbors had a goal and an assist, and Toropchenko, Walker, and Parayko also scored for the Blues in the win, while Suzuki and Armia were 2 goal scorers for the Canadiens in the loss, as they have now dropped, like we said, 6 of 8. Snuggers up there for Montreal. Definitely an embarrassing game there, and they do wind up falling to the St. Louis Blues. Snuggers up there for Montreal. Then we saw the Vancouver Canucks overcome a deficit and down the Washington Capitals 3-2 in overtime, as the Canucks now have a point of 14 in their last 15 games and improved to 35-12-6, while the Capitals have lost 7 of 8 and dropped to 23-20-5. So not great stuff there for the Capitals. For the Canucks, Miller, the OT winner, Garland, and Höglander were 3 goal scorers in the win, while Ovechkin and Dowd were 2 goal scorers for the Capitals in the loss. So not great stuff there for Washington. At least Ovechkin's continuing to score, which is really good news for them, but they continue to find ways to lose. So not great stuff there for the Washington Capitals, but the Canucks are able to get a huge victory in that one. Those are all the 2 games that happened over on Super Bowl Sunday. Now going over to the 4 games that happened yesterday on Monday. First, New Jersey Devils jump out to a 3-0 lead, en route to a 3-1 victory over the Seattle Kraken, as they now have a point in 3 of their last 4 games and improved to 26-21-4, while the Kraken have now lost 4 of 5, 3 straight, and fall 21-21-10. So no great stuff there for the Kraken. Hughes had a goal and assist, and Toffoli and Mercer both also scored for the Devils in the win, while Borgen was lone goal scorer for the Kraken in the loss. Not great game there from the Kraken. Definitely one to want to have back, but when you're digging yourself into a 3-0 hole, you're never usually going to win, so bad stuff there for the Kraken. Then we saw Philadelphia Flyers come back from down 3-2 to beat the Arizona Coyotes 5-3. A huge win there for the Flyers. They've now won 4 in a row and improved to 29-19-6 on the season, while the Coyotes have dropped 6 in a row and dropped to 23-24-4 on the season. So good stuff there for Arizona. For the Flyers, Konechny had 3 points with a goal and 2 assists. Lawton had a goal and 8 assists, and Frost, Tippett, and Drysdale also scored for the Flyers in the win, while Moser had 2 assists, and Dumba, Kerfoot, and Michelli also scored for the Coyotes in the loss. Snugger again there from the Coyotes. Definitely don't have a back winnable game against the low-end Philadelphia team, and they continue to a losing streak. Snugger set there for the Coyotes. Then we saw New York Rangers open the scoring, and it was all they needed as they were able to shut out the Calgary Flames 2-0. Huge win there for the Rangers. They've now won 5 in a row and improved to 34-16-3, while the Calgary Flames now dropped to 25-23-5. Snugger set there for Calgary as they wound up falling and ending their 4-game losing streak. Snugger set there for Calgary. VC and Cooley were 2 goal scorers for the Rangers in the win, while Shesterkin stopped all 30 shots he faced in the shout on the victory for the Rangers, and Markstrom stopped 29 shots in the loss for the Flames. Snugger again there from the Flames. Definitely looked really good after coming out back from the All-Star break, but they do wind up losing. Snugger set there for Calgary. Then we saw the Minnesota Wild break a tie in the third period, wound up being the Vegas Golden Knights 5-3, thanks to this goal here from Matthew Boldy. You remember all close to Sportsnet, but Boldy was able to get the 4-2 goal for the Minnesota Wild, and wound up being the game winner. A huge goal there for the Wild as they were able to beat the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2, so very good stuff there for Minnesota. Minnesota's won 3 straight, 6 of 8, and improved to 24-23-5, while the Knights have dropped to 31-16-6, so I guess there for Vegas. For the Wild, Boldy had 3 points with a goal and 2 assists. Eriksson Ek scored twice. Hartman, Kaprizov, and Faber all had 2 assists, and Rossi and Zuccarello both also scored for the Wild on the win, while Pietrangelo had 2 assists, and Amadio, Stone, and Marshall were 3 goal scorers for Knights in the losses. They, like we said, dropped to 31-16-6. So not great stuff there for Vegas. Definitely a game they want to have back. Winnable game against the low-end Minnesota team, and they wind up losing. So not great stuff there for Vegas as they wound up falling in this game, but the Minnesota Wild continue to remain hot over the past little while, so interesting stuff there. But those are your games that happened over on Monday. So lots of interesting games that happened over on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Lots of interesting action from the past couple of days. Going over to a quick game preview here. There are 11 games today and 30 games tomorrow on Wednesday, so we'll get to all those game previews right here. So later today at 4 p.m. Pacific time, the Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Boston Bruins. Lightning trying to keep ahead of the Leafs and the Red Wings for third in the Atlantic, take on the Boston Bruins team, who's trying to remain first in the Atlantic ahead of Florida. Also at 4 p.m. Pacific time, there are 5 other games, including the Kings take on the Buffalo Sabres. Kings trying to win 3 in a row, take on the Sabres team, trying to get to within 2 games of 500. The Canadians look to try and get to within 1 game of 500, take on the Anaheim Ducks team, who's trying to get out of the basement in the NHL. The 2 lowest teams in the Eastern Conference play each other as the Jackets take on the Senators. Jackets trying to win after losing a couple of games recently, take on a Senators team who's trying to get to within 3 games of 500. Then the St. Louis Blues take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs trying to catch the Bulls for third in the Atlantic Division, take on the St. Louis Blues team who's trying to keep on a wildcard spot. And then the Colorado Avalanche to try and keep pace with the Stars and keep ahead of the Jets, taking on a Capitals team who's trying to avoid losing 8 of 9, so that'll be an interesting game. At 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Kraken take on the Islanders. Kraken trying to get back up to above 500 and keep pace for a playoff spot. Taking on the Islanders team is also trying to keep pace for a playoff spot. At 5 p.m. Pacific time, the Canes take on the Stars. Canes trying to keep pace with New York Rangers for top spot in the Metro Division. Taking on the Stars team trying to keep ahead of the Avalanche and the Jets for top spot in the Central. The New Jersey Devils take on the Nashville Predators. Devils trying to keep pace for a playoff spot. Taking on the Predators team is also trying to keep pace for a playoff spot with St. Louis and Nashville. At 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Blackhawks look to get Connor Bedard back at some point this week. Take on the Vancouver Canucks. Hawks trying to stay lowest in the NHL, taking on a Vancouver Canucks team trying to keep pace for top spot in the NHL, so that'll be an interesting game. And then at 6 p.m. Pacific time, the Red Wings take on the Oilers. Wings trying to keep in a wild card position, take on the Oilers team trying to avoid losing 3 or 4, so that'll be an interesting game over later today. And then there are 3 games on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. The Penguins take on the Panthers. Penguins trying to keep pace for a playoff spot, taking on a Panthers team trying to keep pace with the Bruins for top spot in the Atlantic. The Jets take on the Sharks. Jets trying to keep pace with the Avs and the Stars for top spot in the Central Division. Taking on a Sharks team trying to continue to fall in the standings. And then at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Wild take on the Coyotes. Coyotes trying to look to get back up to 500. Wild trying to avoid going back down to 500. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how those games go. But those are some interesting games for the next couple of days of game action. Lots of interesting stuff that happens later today on Tuesday. Lots of interesting stuff that happens on Wednesday. Going over to a quick look at the standings here as of February 13th, 2024. So first, the Boston Bruins lead the Atlantic Division with 73 points, followed by 70-point Florida and 61-point Tampa. 71-point New York Rangers lead the Metro, followed by 65-point Carolina and 64-point Philly. 60-point Toronto and 60-point Detroit are 2 wildcard teams, and they're followed by 56-point Jersey, 56-point NYI, 54-point Washington, 53-point Pittsburgh, 50-point Montreal, 48-point Buffalo, 44 point Ottawa, and 42 point Columbus. So those are teams on the outside looking in right now in the Eastern Conference. As for the Western Conference, the Dallas Stars lead the Central Division with 70 points, followed by 68 point Colorado and 67 point Winnipeg. 76 point Vancouver leads the Pacific. They're followed by 68 point Vegas and 61 point Edmonton. And then you have 58 point LA and 58 point St. Louis. The two wildcard teams are now in the Western Conference, and they're followed by 56 point Nashville, 55 point Calgary, 53 point Minnesota, 52 point Seattle, 50 point Arizona, 38 point Anaheim, 33 point San Jose, and 31 point Chicago. And those are teams on the outside looking in right now in the Western Conference. So definitely lots of interesting stuff there. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. That's all I'm going to talk about for today. What did you think about the games that happened over the past couple days? Were any of the games intriguing to you? Any games that happened over on Saturday? Any games on Sunday? Monday? Definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. What do you think about the games that are happening over the next couple days? Any games intrigue you? Any games happening later today? Any games happening tomorrow? And what do you think about the standings? Are you surprised that the Flames are really close to a playoff spot? Are you surprised that St. Louis and LA are in the playoff spots right now? Are you surprised Vancouver has such a big lead for the Pacific Division title? Are you surprised that the Central's so tight right now? Are you surprised that the Flyers have an 8-point lead for top 3 spots in the Metro? Are you surprised that the Red Wings are still in playoff spots? Are you surprised that the Panthers have really closely in on the Boston Bruins? Definitely let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comment section below. But that's what I'm going to talk about for today. Remember to like this video, and for later, subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. I've never been able to do without you guys. We're so close to 250 subscribers. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing all that was discussed in today's video. I also did a blog talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that, so if you check that out, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And I can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.